Welcome back to Cody's Movie Cave. I hope all you guys are doing well, my movie amigos. Starting the weekend. Yeah, it's Friday. Friday. So, a few movies that came out this weekend that we'll be doing some reviews on. So we'll kind of get going on the first one. It's a new Western. You know, I'm a Western fan. I love them. You know, it's a dying breed, and we don't really get a whole lot of Westerns anymore, so this is pretty cool. So we'll dig into it. Let's let her rip, Tater Chip. So, this movie is called Dead for a Dollar. It is a new movie that is not out in theaters, but it's on demand. It's straight to video demand. It's a little low budget, but, you know, whatever. Low budget movies are good too. It's got some pretty good big talent in it for it to be a low budget movie though. So it's got Christoph Waltz. I'm a fan. I think he's a great actor. He never phones it in. He's always good in everything. But here's the thing. Old Christoph is usually a bad guy. He's usually the heavy, you know, the villain, you know, so to speak. He's from his breakout performance in Inglourious Basterds. He played a villain in that one, to his villain turn in the new James Bond movies as Spectre. So yeah, he's usually the bad guy, but here's the twist. He's the good guy in this movie. That is right. He has sort of taken a different approach and wanted to play a protagonist this time, and he does a good job. He makes a good guy, if you will, and I think he should do more of that so he don't get so typecast in the bad guy role. But yeah, he does a great job in this movie as a bounty hunter named Max Borland. You know, I'm a sucker for a good bounty hunter movie, going all the way back to A Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood, to, you know, Django, which also featured Christoph Waltz, who he also played a good guy in that movie. So really, he's been a good guy in only 2 movies so far, and that's Django and this one. Both Western roles. So I think he's kind of a little bit of a fan of the Westerns, you know. So yeah, he does a great job as a bounty hunter named Max Borland. It's sort of the end of the Old West days, and modern times are coming, so it's kind of right there in that time frame. Late 1800s, early 1900s, somewhere in there. Not really for sure. I can't remember exactly the date it's set in, but it is at that Pacific, you know, century, if you will. So yeah, he plays a bounty hunter who is hired by this rich guy to hunt down his wife, who has run off with a deserter army soldier, Buffalo Soldier. And so he's been paid to go track her down south of the border and bring her back along with the deserter. And got some more great performances. It's got Willem Dafoe, who is awesome. He's almost hamming it up, if you will, as the rugged cowboy role that seems like he's just having fun playing. You know, I mean, every guy at some point in time has played cowboys and Indians, so it's got to be a fun role to play. So yeah, Willem Dafoe's a great job. He's kind of the rival of Christoph Waltz. And so there's a rivalry between the two, so you know that there's a showdown coming at some point in time, partners. There's a showdown coming. Anyway, so the movie itself is kind of slow at times, kind of draggy in some spots, but it does pick up toward the end. It's got the big shootout that all Westerns have to have toward the end of the movie that you're expecting, right? That's kind of the cliche, if you will, for Westerns, is, you know, you gotta have that big showdown, 1 to 2 guys versus a whole posse of guys, and we get that in this movie. Anyway, it's directed by Walter Hill, who is a legendary action director. He directed 48 Hours, Extreme Prejudice with Nick Nolte. So, I mean, he's got some cred here, and, I mean, he's getting on up there in age, but he's still a good director, and, you know, he's kind of familiar with the Western genre. I get a sort of, I don't know if anybody else has ever watched this movie, but The Professionals with Lee Marvin and Burt Lancaster and so on and so on and so on. Woody Strode was in it. So I kind of get a feel that this movie's kind of borrowing from The Professionals of even its time period. It's right there at the birth of the 19th century, 1900s. So the Old West is kind of dying out. But anyway, same kind of premise. Bounty hunter mercenaries are hired to go and get this rich craphead's wife back and bring her back from across the border, to which she didn't run off to begin with. I mean, wasn't kidnapped to begin with. She ran off away from him. So yeah, it's kind of that sort of vibe of The Professionals, which I loved. It was a great movie. So yeah, I digged Dead for a Dollar. I even like the name. It has that, it's got to throw dollar in there somewhere. If it's a bounty hunter western, you got to have dollar somewhere. Fistful of dollars for a few dollars more. Dollar. Anyway, Dead for a Dollar is out now. It's not streaming free yet anywhere, but you can buy it or rent it on Vudu, Amazon, or Apple. I went ahead and bought the bullet and bought it. And I'm not regretting that decision. I think it holds up. I give it probably maybe 3 out of 5 stars. It's decent, I would watch it again at some point because I'm a Western fan. So if you like Westerns, you will probably enjoy this. It does have some rough moments, a little bit of blood here and there, and it does have some language, few F-bombs, so it's not a Western that you can watch with the kiddos. Not that they really enjoy Westerns anyway, but so yeah, it's a good dude flick, I think. Christoph Waltz is worth the price of admission right there. He's a great actor. I enjoyed seeing him kind of play against type and play the sort of the hero of the story, and he does. He plays a good guy, real good guy. And he's tough too. He's quick, quick on the draw. So it's got some good quick draw scenes for sure. Willem Dafoe gets to get his gunsling on, so that's very cool. I don't believe I've ever seen Willem Dafoe play in a Western. I may be wrong. Don't hold me to that, but I do believe this is his first turn as a Western character. So it was very cool to see old Green Goblin get to play a gunslinger, or more or less a card player. He quotes in the movie he likes to play cards better than anything. So is it Tombstone level? Is it True Grit? Is it The Searchers? Or is it Fistful of Dollars? No, it is not. You can't hold it in comparison to some of those greats, but it is a good movie. It's worth a watch. If you got nothing else to watch and there's nothing new out on a weekend, and you say, hey, I need a good old-fashioned Western with some shoot-'em-ups. Dead for a Dollar. Try it out. I recommend, you may not like it. I liked it, but here, look, I'm partial on this because I like Westerns. So I went into it already having a high expectation and already kind of excited for it. So yeah, it worked for me. Might not be for you. Who knows? But, if you're a fan of either one of these actors, I think it's worth trying out. If you like Willem Dafoe movies, he doesn't have a lot of screen time. It's more or less more of Christoph Waltz, but hey, like I said, he's a good actor, It's worth it to kind of see him get to play the good guy for a change after playing a career full of nothing but villains. So Dead for a Dollar's rated R. Like I always say, it's rated R for a reason, so viewer discretion advised. My opinion, okay? My opinion. Opinions are like butts, people. Everybody's got one. Some of them, they stink.
I'm getting out of here next week. Serve my time.
I heard you've been telling people the first thing you were going to do when you walk out of here is get a gun, look me up.
I never killed nobody that wasn't trying to kill me.
Stay clear of me, Joe.
You do the same. Otherwise, most likely you're a dead man.
Senor Max Borland is a private investigator.
I wouldn't try anything foolish. Walk away from that gun.
Joe Cribbins. What, you know? He's a dangerous man.
My whole life, I've done impulsive things. They don't always work out.
Mr. Borland, I doubt that you're familiar with Private Elijah Jones. He's taken a white woman, my wife, Rachel.
Well, Elijah ain't up there with nobody. If she with Elijah, it's because she want to be.
I am willing to offer you $2,000 to bring Rachel back.
We did what we done. And we just saying to all of them, go straight to hell. Forget this white woman. Don't let nothing interfere with what's good for Alonzo Poe.
Mr. Borland, are you under the impression that you are rescuing me?
Your husband is on his way here. I am to watch over you until he arrives.
When my husband gets here, he intends to kill me.
You lock me up, Tiberio Vargas might not like it one damn bit.
If Tiberio Vargas becomes angry, it could be trouble.
Are you getting nervous?
I don't like being lied to, and I don't like being used.
I guess it's time to see how good you really are.
Maybe the easiest way out of this mess is to shoot you.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the fellow with the gun.
Most men are afraid to beat me at cards.
You will follow orders.
See this, Esteban? You put a gun in it, and it's the devil's right hand.